Hi everyone, I hope you're okay, and I hope that the videos we keep uploading are helping you out. On this video, guys, I'll be tackling the 8th question from the preliminary exam which was written in the year of 2023 at the Torah Academy. Please do expect a total number of 12 videos since the question paper had 12 questions in total. And that simply means each and every question will have its own video. And please guys, do take this seriously. I strongly believe that knowing how to tackle exam questions will give you an edge whenever you write your preliminary exam and most importantly, your final examination. So please guys, do share the video to your peers so that they may have the same edge as you. And please do help us grow the channel by just subscribing. Okay, we are told that f of x and g of x are shown. F has a turning point at C and D, and f and g share an x-intercept at D. Okay, and then the y-intercept at B. Okay, since I'm given, guys, the graph of g of x, I can simply find the coordinates of D and the coordinates of B, right? B is my y-intercept. So the coordinates of B, it's very, very simple. I know that x is always 0. So x is always 0. When x is 0 on g of x, the corresponding y value is just -9. Are you together? And then for D, D is at the x is the x-intercept, right? So I know that on the x-axis, y is always 0. I don't care what kind of a graph you're dealing with, but just know that on the x-axis, y is always 0. So when y is 0, what is the corresponding value of x? So I'll end up having -3x is just equal to -9. If I divide both sides by -3, then x is 3. So the coordinates of D, I simply have 3 and 0. Okay. The first question, guys, they want us to show that m is 5 and n is just equal to -3. We are given f of x, right? F of x is equal to, since, guys, I already know one of the x-intercepts. I can simply say f of x is just equal to a x minus p and then x minus k squared. Are you together? Whereby both p and k represent our x-intercept, and this one is squared because the graph also turns on the x-axis. But I do know the value of k. I did find the coordinates of d, right? So f of x is basically a. We were given the coefficient of x cubed, so a is just -1, so I'll just write a negative over there, and then x minus p, and then I'll end up having x minus 3, the value of k, minus 3. Why? Because I do know the x-intercept at point D. The only thing I need to find, guys, for me to find the equation of the graph is the value of p. How can I do so? By just substituting any extra point. I know the coordinates of b. I do know the coordinates of b. And for b, I know that, guys, y is equal to -9 when x is just equal to 0. So y is equal to -9 when x is equal to 0. All I have to do is to just solve for p. I'll have -9 is equal to, that's positive 9p. This will just give me a positive 9p, right? And then, therefore, p will just be equal to a -1. Does it make sense? So the x-intercept, guys, is just -1. So therefore, the graph can be written as x as negative outside the bracket because a is -1, as x plus 1. Why? Because we had a -1 as one of our roots, and then the other one is just x minus 3 all squared. All I have to do, guys, is to make sure that I remove these brackets. I'll end up having -x plus 1, and then I'll have x squared minus 6x plus 9, and then I'll have x cubed, -x cubed, and then -6x -6x squared plus 9x, and then I'll have positive x squared minus 6x plus 9. Are we together? Okay, let me continue here on the side. Then f of x will simply be negative outside the bracket. I still have x cubed, and then negative 6x squared plus x plus an x squared, that's negative 5x squared, and then 9x minus 6x, that's basically positive 3x plus 9. But remember guys, I just need to remove this bracket by multiplying by negative. I'll end up having negative x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x minus 9. So now I've shown that the coefficient of x squared is a positive 5. Remember that m is the coefficient of x squared, and then n is the coefficient of x, that's negative 3. So now I've shown that m is 5 and n is just equal to negative 3. What did I write now? N is just equal to negative 3. That's how guys we're supposed to tackle this question over there. And then the next question, they want us to determine the coordinate of C. Where is C? C is one of the turning points, right? How can you find the coordinate of the turning point? Find the derivative, make it equal to 0, and then solve x, right? Okay, we know that f of x is equal to negative x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x minus 9. Okay, that means the derivative will just be equal to negative 3x squared plus 10x minus 3. So for me to find the x at the turning point, guys, I know that the derivative has to be equal to 0. I'll end up having negative 3x squared plus 10x minus 3 being equal to 0. And then if I divide each and every term by a negative 1, that will be positive 3x squared minus 10x plus 3 is equal to 0. Find the factors. Then x and x are not x and x rather, but it's just 3x and x, and then I'll have a 3 there and a 1. The sign there is plus, so both of my brackets will have the same sign, but not just any sign, the sign of the middle term. That's minus and minus, and hence x is equal to 1 over 3, or x is just equal to 3. We already know that this one belongs at D. This one belongs at D, right? So the x value at C, is the one which is equal to 1 over 3. Okay, and then now they want us to we're told that h of x is equal to f of x plus t. For which values of t will this equation have one negative root? Rather, we'll have 3 negative real roots. Okay, 3 negative real roots. We are just supposed to shift our graph horizontally. Are you together? We're just supposed to shift our graph horizontally. So if I shift this over here, the distance there is just 3 units, guys. Né? It's just 3 units. So t should just be anything which is less than a negative 3, or rather anything greater than 3. Are you together? So t should be any number which is greater than 3, because a number that is greater than 3 will be able to shift this graph more than 3 units to the left. So t is just anything greater than 3. T is any number greater than 3. That's how, guys, you're supposed to tackle this question. So please, guys, do stay tuned and wait for more videos. Thank you for your time.